Is happiness the ultimate goal in life? This is a question that has been asked countless times by countless individuals in countless contexts. And yet the answer remains elusive, as varied and complex as the individuals who seek it. In the grand tapestry of life, we often find ourselves chasing happiness, pursuing it with the fervor and determination of a marathon runner. We've been conditioned to believe that happiness is a finish line, a culmination of success, wealth, and accomplishment. Let me share a story with you. It's a story about me. Once upon a time, I was one of those marathon runners, sprinting towards a happiness that always seemed just out of reach, no matter how hard I tried. I was convinced that happiness lay in the next promotion, the next big purchase, the next achievement. But one day, in the midst of this relentless pursuit, I found a moment of calm. I was sitting on a park bench, watching the world go by, engrossed in the simple joy of a child playing with his dog, the warmth of the sun on my face, the quiet hum of life around me. And I realized in that moment that I was happy. Not because I had achieved something monumental, not because I had accumulated wealth or prestige, but because I was living, truly living in that moment. This realization was profound and life-altering. I understood that happiness isn't a trophy to be won or a destination to be reached. It's not about the big moments, the grand achievements, or the materialistic success. It's about the small moments, the simple joys, the everyday experiences that make us feel alive. Happiness, you see, is not a target to be hit, but a path to be walked. It's not about the destination, but the journey. It's about finding joy in the journey, relishing the process, cherishing the moments that make us feel alive. And so I invite you to reconsider your own pursuit of happiness. Is it a finish line you're chasing or a journey you're embarking on? Remember, happiness isn't about getting to a certain point, it's about enjoying the ride. Happiness, it turns out, isn't a destination, but a journey. How does our perspective shape our life and happiness? This is a question we often overlook, but its answer holds the key to a fulfilling and joyful life. Consider the story of Sam. Sam was once, just like many of us, constantly chasing after contentment. He believed he'd find it in the next job promotion, in the bigger house, in the fancier car. But even after achieving these, Sam still felt something was missing. He couldn't shake off the feeling of emptiness. Then one day, Sam came across a simple yet profound piece of wisdom. Life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react to it. This resonated deeply with him. He realized the problem wasn't in his circumstances, but in his perspective. He was focusing too much on what he didn't have, instead of appreciating what he already had. From that day on, Sam began to change his perspective. Instead of seeing the glass as half empty, he started to see it as half full. He started to appreciate the little things in life, like the sound of birds chirping in the morning, the warmth of the sun on his skin, the laughter of his children. He found joy not in the material possessions, but in the simple moments of life. And guess what? Sam's life began to change. He felt happier, more fulfilled, more at peace. His relationships improved, his health improved, even his work improved. All because he changed his perspective. You see, our thoughts have immense power. They shape our perception, our emotions, our actions, and ultimately our life. If we constantly focus on the negatives, our life will reflect that. But if we choose to focus on the positives, if we choose to see the good in every situation, our life will be filled with joy and fulfillment. So, the next time you find yourself feeling discontent, remember Sam's story. Remember that your happiness doesn't depend on your circumstances, but on your perspective. You have the power to change your life simply by changing your perspective. Change your perspective, change your life. Why do we fear change when it is the only constant in life? Change is inevitable. It's as certain as the sun rising in the east and setting in the west. It's as reliable as the seasons changing, as the leaves turning from green to gold. Yet we often resist it, fear it, and even dread it. But why? Perhaps it's because change brings uncertainty, and uncertainty can be scary. But let's consider a different perspective. Imagine a man named John. John lived a comfortable, predictable life. He woke up at the same time every day, ate the same breakfast, went to the same job. But one day, John's life was turned upside down. He lost his job, his routine, his comfort zone. He was scared, unsure of what the future held, but instead of resisting, John chose to embrace this change. He started exploring new opportunities, learned new skills, and slowly but surely, he built a new life for himself. A life that was not only different, but was better, more fulfilling and happier than before. How was this possible? because John chose to see change not as a threat, but as an opportunity. Change can be a doorway to new experiences, new people, new knowledge, and new ways of living. It can be the catalyst that propels us towards growth, towards evolution, towards becoming better versions of ourselves. When we embrace change, we embrace the chance to learn, to grow, to evolve. But remember, embracing change doesn't mean that everything will always go smoothly. There will be bumps, there will be hurdles, there will be days when you want to retreat to the comfort of the familiar. But that's okay, because it's in those moments, in overcoming those challenges, that we truly grow and find happiness. So, let's stop fearing change. Let's stop resisting it. Instead, let's welcome it, embrace it, and see it for what it truly is. An opportunity to grow, to learn, to evolve, and ultimately to find happiness. Embrace change, embrace happiness. Have you ever considered the power of gratitude in your quest for happiness? It's a simple concept, yet it holds a profound impact on our lives. Gratitude, the act of acknowledging the good things and being thankful for them, can be a game changer in your pursuit of happiness. Let's delve into a personal narrative that illuminates the power of this potent emotion. Imagine a man, let's call him Jack. Jack lived an average life, not particularly unhappy, but not brimming with joy either. He was constantly chasing after the next big thing, be it a promotion, a new gadget, or a lavish vacation. Yet each achievement or acquisition only brought fleeting satisfaction, followed by a renewed sense of longing. Then, one day, Jack stumbled upon an article about gratitude. Intrigued and a touch desperate, he decided to give it a shot. He started maintaining a gratitude journal, listing 5 things he was thankful for each day. Initially, it felt like a chore, but over time, something shifted. Jack began noticing the small pleasures of life, the warmth of the morning sun, the aroma of freshly brewed coffee, the laughter shared with a loved one. He started appreciating what he had rather than yearning for what he didn't. This newfound perspective brought about a profound transformation in Jack. He felt happier, more content, and less consumed by materialistic desires. His relationships improved, his stress levels decreased, and he became more at peace with himself, all because he chose to focus on the good in his life rather than the bad. Now, imagine if we all adopted an attitude of gratitude. How much happier, more satisfied, and less stressed would we be? It's a simple shift in perspective, but the effects can be life-altering. Gratitude is not about ignoring life's challenges or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on the good even when times are tough. It's about acknowledging the blessings we often take for granted, and most importantly, it's about realizing that happiness is not a destination to reach, but a journey to be savored. Gratitude is the key to a happy life. How should we live our lives to be truly happy? This question has been posed and pondered over countless times throughout human history. The answer isn't a secret or a complex formula, it is an art, the art of living. The art of living is all about understanding that happiness is not a destination, it is a journey. It is not something we reach, but something we experience along the way. It is in the laughter we share with our friends, the quiet moments we spend with our loved ones, the satisfaction we get from our work, and the joy we find in our passions. The art of living is also about perspective. It's about seeing the glass as half full rather than half empty. It's about focusing on the things we have rather than on what we lack. It's about seeing challenges as opportunities to grow, about finding beauty in the ordinary, and about appreciating the journey as much as the destination. Gratitude, too, is a key component of the art of living. It's about acknowledging the good in our lives and being thankful for it. It's about expressing gratitude not just for the big things, but also for the little things that often go unnoticed. It's about appreciating the people who make our lives better and the experiences that enrich us. Another important aspect of the art of living is the acceptance of change. Life is a constant flux, and change is inevitable. Embracing change, rather than resisting it, allows us to adapt, grow, and find happiness in new circumstances. Lastly, the art of living is about cultivating a positive mindset. It's about choosing to be optimistic, to believe in ourselves and our capabilities, to see the best in others, and to have faith in the goodness of life. In conclusion, the art of living isn't about seeking happiness, it's about creating it. It's about living each day with intention, with gratitude, with positivity, and with an open heart and mind. It's about making the most of the journey and finding joy in the everyday. So friends, live life with open arms, a grateful heart, and a positive mind. Happiness will follow.